There.
There it is.
Everybody's best friend, Craig. Alright,
Yeah.
everybody here, sound off. So everybody fucking sound off. No.
Ass.
Whew.
Once again, yeehaw.
Nice. Yeehaw.
Church, say some shit.
I said woo.
Okay,
Nice.
well, you were quiet about it.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
If we're going to be
louder.
enthusiastic, be loud.
Exactly. Alright, so, I have to remember where last we left off. Where last we left off, you and your party, officially ended your quest. You found Mel, and you cured Mel. Now Mel, the missing student, is no longer missing. You did it. Congratulations. Along the way,
Yay.
you've also found Sebastian, everyone's favorite corpse. And Sutton Hashimoto, who turned out to be brainwashed the entire time.
Whoa!
Using the cure to exposure that you found in the hospital, you were able to recover Sutton Hashimoto from chronic hive minditis, restoring them to their previous nervous state. You also learn the true name of your adversary, Raymond.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Raymond Shadow Legend. Download now for free. But now, you are back at the school. It is I'm gonna say it's Wednesday. It's about 10 a.m. on Wednesday. And, actually, no, it's about 9 a.m. on Wednesday. It's about 9 a.m. on Wednesday. And I'm gonna give you back the free roam that we had before we started the hospital. But I will make you start the breakfast.
Okay, so we're in like the cafeteria?
Yes,
The
I will start you off
cafeteria.
in the cafeteria. I've just got a couple questions for the party. What did you do
Okay.
with Sebastian, and what did you do with Sutton?
That is
That's a good question.
That's a question.
What did you do with them?
Okay,
Maybe-
I feel that Sudden, we could have him just like stay somewhere else at the moment. It's gonna be much harder
Yeah.
to quote unquote sneak in a whole ass adult than it is gonna be to sneak in Seb, which is also gonna be difficult because IV full of blue shit.
And in comparison, Sutton is much more, for lack of a better term, sober than Sebastian is.
And
Yeah,
I
also,
feel like Kayla could have been like, hey, we can, like, if there's any hotel near the campus or something, sort of like you can set up there, and like here's our contact information. We just have to figure out what's going on
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
real
okay.
quick or something.
So did you put Sutton in the hotel?
Yeah.
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 I'll say that there's a motel not too far away from the school.
Mhm.
So you set up Sutton with like some clothes, some food maybe?
Yeah, and money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
probably money. It's probably
Basic
money.
survival stuff.
Who's
I mean,
providing?
Lillian is rich, so I think that would be the least.
Yeah.
That's the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Lillian said make his pockets hurt. Thank you.
And what about Sebi?
I think.
Are you gonna?
Let him
Sutton can
tag
pass-
along.
well,
Because he can
Sutton-
pass as a student.
I thought we agreed that can't happen because he looks 16.
Well, Omega's here, and Omega's like
Omega's
12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay, but Omega is Omega.
Okay, and Seb is Seb. What of it?
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
is there any,
he-
like, does the... Kalok would know this. Are there any, like... He would know the whole process for, like, admitting in students and all of that. So, like, what would be the easiest course that would require the least questions for Seb to be, like, enrolled?
Probably I was gonna
Like
say
a GED or something?
I was gonna say women's studies, and I'm like, wait, no.
Does women's studies exist in Borealis?
Maybe. I'm gonna say maybe a sport. No one really asks questions when it comes to sports.
Looks at
Like
Jarissa.
Jarissa.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well,
Kalok
I-
like knows this. He asks Seb, I know that you haven't really been around long, but
No, I
there's these
haven't.
possible. He essentially like pulls up like the website or something and shows like the different sports, and it's like, is there anything that sort of calls your attention that you think would be fun or that you might be good at?
Seb sort of like looks at the phone. There's like tennis, there's like rugby, there's soccer. Like
Mhm.
they've got an okay roster of sports.
I think Juris plays basketball in it, right?
Basketball.
Chess.
They got a chess club.
Ultimate
But-
frisbee.
Ultimate frisbee.
Bowling.
Bowling. But Seb looks at the I'm gonna make up a sport. It's called Ultimate Sparring, where you can use magic and shit.
Oh yeah, that's what Rowan does, I think, right?
Yeah. So Seb looks at that and is like, question, Sir Kalok. How
Yes.
This may be kind of an inappropriate question, but how badly did I kick your asses?
Well, hold on. Like, he has this question, and like Kalok sort of like blinks, and you get like a sort of like throwback to like Kalok literally getting knocked the fuck out at like the first hit, and be like, moderately, I'd say.
Like a That's So Raven moment.
I mean, wait, how many
That's
days has
so
it been?
Kayla.
It's been like 2 days, right?
It's been like, I'm gonna say 2 or 3 days. I'm gonna have a
Yeah.
give it a time skip. It's been 2 or
Yeah, because
Jarissa
it's the
just-
day they arrived the hospital, and then like the day they left.
I mean, Jarissa
That's
just
two.
Jarissa gestures to like a healing bruise on her face from being kicked that hard. Take a pretty hard kick to bleed.
Sorry. Sorry. So I might be suited for this sport?
Oh, you'd love it.
Oh, you'd be great.
You should totally join me on the sparring team. It would be awesome.
Well, okay. Do they have tryouts? Is it a tryout thing? Like you do the tryouts and they're like, oh, you kicked ass good enough to be in the school.
Yeah, it's one of those sports
I-
where it's like you try out, but everyone gets in, you know?
And then if you get in, if you're good enough, you might get a scholarship for it.
Right.
Because I don't have money.
Don't worry,
I
we
mean,
are.
I
Okay.
literally couldn't read when I got in here, and I still got into basketball. So
I'm starting
Exactly.
to question if this is an actual institution of learning.
I've begun to question that recently, so don't worry.
I'm learning to read. I
Kalok,
promise.
like, I just wanted to be a goddamn teacher, and then he pulls out the blue exposure needle from the trash can. God fucking damn it! Guess
All right. So I'll sign up for the tryouts for the fall season.
Mm-hmm.
Is it spring or fall? I keep forgetting.
I think you said fall at one point.
At the beginning, it was like October or November, so it's probably fall, leaning on winter at this point, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try out for the winter season. Because that's when everybody fights outside, and then everyone's like, oh, it's colder, so we fight better, and then there's more fire magic, and a lot of more things get caught on fire. At least that's the sense that I see.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah. Rowan, do you think that you might be able to help me prepare for this this training season?
Totally.
Cool. All right. Okay. So, do you guys bring Seb to breakfast?
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
bring the corpse child.
What are
from
we
the
gonna
food
do? Just
place.
leave them?
I mean, what are we gonna do otherwise? Like, just leave him in a
We can't
room?
just leave
Yeah.
them
That would-
there.
that would-
That's
Just like
mean.
stay here while we get food.
There could be like, maybe we could like bring the food back or something to be inconspicuous.
I think we
I mean,
can
people
take
are
him
gonna
with
be like,
us. Why are you
I
taking
feel
food?
that it would be weirder if we showed up and then asked for like one meal to go after we had the sort of mystery road trip. Like, oh yeah, we're just gonna take this to someone. I feel it's just like if we play it normal, kind of like, oh yeah, there's just a new student that like we met on the road trip and wants to apply to Borealis, and we're given a tour around.
Like
Sort
the
of like-
whole acting
Yeah.
like you know what you're doing.
Or the
People are less likely to
Exactly.
question
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we've gotten past every problem so far, I think.
We're the orientation group, obviously.
Yeah, duh. This is the worst orientation group I've ever fucking seen.
Yep.
So
We kidnap you in its orientation.
God. So you all show up to the cafeteria. Everything seems actually pretty like normal. You don't see Nim or Mel, which is kind of like expected. Like,
Yeah, we gotta.
yeah, they've taken some time on their own. May or may not have cut classes to go to Starbucks and then go do something illegal in the background. But you know, girls,
We're vibing.
girls, the
Girls'
bitches too,
night.
like,
It's vibe time.
but you see, let me see, who do you see? You don't see R, thank God. You don't see Theta either, but you do see Beta, and you also see Michael, but he's sitting alone.
Oh shit.
That's a bit suspicious.
I
think
see
we
how it.
I see how it is.
Oh no, we should go talk. I feel like we should talk to him.
I agree. I'm inclined to agree.
Sure.
So you want to go talk to him?
Question is, do we have like Seb come along and like introduce them to each other, or?
I don't see why
Well,
not.
that's up to you. You could just tell Seb to be like, "Can you sit here and eat your oatmeal?" And Seb will be like, "Okay."
Yeah, I feel like having to explain isn't
Yeah, that's gonna
we
be a
shouldn't
lot
do it in
right
the
now.
cafeteria.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do it in the middle of the cafeteria.
That's true.
All right, so we sort
Like,
of
look at this zombie child we found at a dumpster.
Maybe we can just
It's like,
there's a
okay.
baby in this dumpster.
Kaylock at the
Baby on
hospital.
board.
There's a baby in this dumpster.
Can we just? I mean, we
There's
could.
Alright,
a
so
baby
yeah,
on board sticker on his IV.
Okay.
we
I will
tell
say-
Seb like, hey, I'm gonna want to check in on an old student of mine, or like we're gonna check in on a friend. So do you mind waiting here for a few minutes while we
Oh,
talk to him?
of course not. Just as long as I don't have to, pay tuition on my. Is that how it works? Like someone's going to approach you and then be like, "Okay, $40,000, please." Is that how it works?
Oh
Nope.
no, they like fund bill sort of thing.
Okay. Okay. As long as I don't have to do that while you're gone.
No, don't worry about it. We'll be back soon.
Okay.
We'll be back
As-
like 15 minutes.
We'll be right
my
back,
noted name.
bro. We'll be right back. It's chill.
Okay. Okay.
So we approach the red boy.
The red
Our
boy.
favorite bands.
Red boy.
The red boy seems to have. He's got his headphones on and he's like looking at his phone, and you can just barely glance over his shoulder. He's sending a bunch of messages to someone, and there's like his screen's full of messages from him, but there's no reply. And he kind of like sees you guys approach, and he jumps a little, and he turns off his phone, and he looks up. He's like, "Oh, hi. Shit, where were you guys?"
We were
Road trip.
Road trip.
Road
In the
trip.
middle of the school year?
Yeah, it was school sanctioned.
but-
Don't worry.
Yeah, we architecture. Architecture.
Uh-huh. An architecture road trip. Right. And he kind of like leans over and like kind of takes a look at Seb and kind of leans back like, "Okay. Why are you guys over here?
Well, I suppose we wanted to catch up on what
Yeah,
we may
and
have missed the past few days.
Oh, right, because
Yeah.
there's like the thing going on, right? I'm just gonna assume that the road trip was about the thing, because you're not very good liars.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what did you miss? I know you talk a lot to that gray kid, like the one with the gray eyes who does the dragon thing. I know you talk a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
to him. He's been talking to a therapist, his therapist, I think. I think he might be talking to his therapist more often. She's got weird hair. The headmaster's been a little antsy. I think he's been making a couple announcements. Been like, okay, everybody, please stay safe and stuff. Stay safe today. Okay, we just want to make sure to stay safe. I think he might have thought you guys got killed or kidnapped, one or the other. But he'll probably be happy to see you back.
Hopefully.
I haven't seen Jeremy in a hot minute, meaning like 3 days, which is a little weird. He's not replying to my texts. But
That's
yeah,
That's
not
concerning.
good.
yeah, it's a little concerning considering everything that's kind of like going on. But yeah,
Wait, DM
that's
question.
what you missed.
DM question. Didn't
What's up?
we mention like the night of like the campus games that anyone with the script pack like kind of has like telepathic shit?
Yep.
Ah, I see. That's gonna be useful. Okay, continue.
And that's what you missed
On Glee?
I see. Thank you.
on Glee.
Kalog makes a confused face at the Glee thing and is like, I'm not gonna question it. And then
Kelly doesn't fucking know what Glee is.
Casper would definitely watch Glee, so like I don't know what you
Casper
mean.
absolutely watches Glee. What are you on?
I watched the first half of Glee season 1. It is not good.
Shit, when did you
yeah,
get here?
really ain't.
I woke up like 2 minutes ago. What's up?
Raymond.
Hello.
Rage.
Oh no,
Please.
he's here way too early. My evil plan ruined once again.
I haven't.
By Raymond.
I literally just woke up. I haven't eaten anything or anything.
Oh, that's
Good
rude.
morning.
Hi. I mean, I guess now it's 12:08, so it's 8 minutes past morning, but that's fine. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
It's 4 p.m.
Raymond,
Nice.
but in the same turn, at the same like intonation as Dinkelberg.
Raymond.
Raymond. Anyways,
Alright,
yeah,
alright,
that's
so-
what you missed. You can tell he's a little
Michael-
bit shaken up at the fact that he's not getting a reply from his text.
Yeah. Wait, I'm thinking. So, like, he said 3 days, and it's like, wait, so you're telling me that the last time that you saw Jeremy was when we left?
Yeah, just about. Like, yeah. Did you guys tell them that you were going on a road trip? I forgot.
I think so. I think we said we were leaving.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Let's just say we did.
after you left, after you like came to us, be like, hey, we're gonna go on a mission, and then we were like, okay, like we hung out that night, but then like, I think that the whole ghosty thing, the thing, the thing.
The
I think
thing.
it started like
The
acting
thing.
up or something. Then, like, he's like, I gotta go. There's some, stuff I have to do. And then I was like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. He's like, yeah, maybe. And then I didn't see him tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, or today.
Lillian like
Huh,
looks to the side, like like I'm looking away. She's like
Yeah.
Okay, Kalok sort of mulls over this information. Anyone else want to say anything to Michael? I don't know.
I've got nothing.
Lillian like looks back at like Michael and is like, and he hasn't like answered any calls or anything either.
No, I mean at the most that's happened is like he's opened the call and then immediately closed the call.
Oh God.
Did he
Yeah,
give?
It just makes me a little suspicious.
Yeah. Did he give any hint like where he was going?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
He just said I have to go do something, with the thing, and vaguely gestured at his face. So
I'm sorry, that
all
must be very tough.
I mean, all I could, for all I know, he could just be getting acne treatment, but of course he's not. So, I am very nervous.
Can I roll to comfort the boy?
Yeah, let's roll
Yeah,
to
sure.
comfort. Everyone has to roll.
Everyone roll a comfort. Hold up.
I got 4.
Let me
Got
grab
a
my
10.
Let me grab my dice. I didn't even have them out. I got an 18.
4,
That's not
18,
bad.
I got 11, so like not.
11. So we're getting really high.
We did good.
All right. So how do you comfort the boy?
Who rolled 18?
Me.
Okay, then you have to comfort him.
Yeah, you get say on what we do.
Bro, can we just like give him a good hug?
Did you
Just
say
with
good
no
hug?
context, just
With
like,
no-
oh yeah, this is really weird, and then just hug.
Just hug.
Bro,
Group
you,
hug.
bro, you
Just
look
sort
like
of say
you need
like, this be really tough. I'm sorry, like,
Yeah, you look like
Yeah.
you
it
need a
must be a
hug, bro.
stressful
Do you need a
situation.
hug?
I mean,
Bro,
I guess a hug
Do you wa-
isn't bad, but I'll
do you
take a
wanna
hug.
do you want a hug? I'm gonna give you a hug.
Okay, I'll take.
She
Aw.
gives him a hug. She gives him a hug.
He
Oh.
takes the hug. He wraps his arm around Juris.
Hey.
Like one of his hands is like half touching her neck, and his hand's a little cold. So it's like,
Like,
Wait,
like
isn't it?
is it clammy cold or is it just cold?
it's just like cold,
Oh.
a little bit clammy, but it smells cold.
And she tall too, so it has like that height dynamic, probably. I'm assuming Michael isn't 6 foot tall, so
Oh no, he's not.
Okay, Kayla sort of goes like, hey, I want you to know that if anything happens or if you need anything, we're here to try and help with the situation.
Okay, thank you. I mean, like we're in college. Like it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Maybe he just like dipped for a few days and be back, like you guys did. Maybe he's on a mission or whatever. But I mean, as
It's
much as missions
weird.
exist,
Wouldn't he tell you? You guys are like best friends.
yeah, that's what's tripping me up a little bit. Like he doesn't have any obligation to tell me absolutely what's going on, but like he still like would, right?
I mean, I think so.
And it makes sense to be wary with all of the circumstances.
I mean, yeah, but we're still
Yeah.
best friends. You both told us the thing, and we both know about the thing. So why wouldn't he tell me about the
Tell-
thing if he has more information on the thing?
I don't.
Yeah, maybe you could try calling him again. I mean,
Like right now?
better now than never, I guess. I don't know.
Well, he's been calling a few times recently, but I'm assuming.
Yeah, I have. Okay, I guess I'll try. So he takes his phone, and he opens it, and goes to the numbers, and he dials up his boy, and it's ringing. And Lillian, can you please a perception check?
Of
Oh,
course. I knew this was happening.
Lillian, what you get?
18.
All right, fantastic. With an 18, for a moment the world dips into sepia tone, and everything seems like darker and sort of like black and white, kind of like darker than the normal sepia. Like everything's kind of lost its color, but as you look around, in the small crowd near the back of the cafeteria, near the door, there is something in full color. It's Jeremy. And he's standing near the door, and he's got the phone. He's got his phone on, and he's holding it, and like he's staring at it. And for a moment, like he pauses, and he looks up, and he looks at Lillian, and his eyes are very bright, and just stares at Lillian for a second, and he looks like nervous. He looks straight nervous. He looks at the fact that they're standing next to Michael. He looks so fucking nervous, and he shakes his head, and he puts a finger to his lips. He shakes his head violently, and he hangs up the call. And as soon as he hangs up the call, the world returns.
Lillian looks like very distraught, and she doesn't want to say anything because it's like obvious that like Jeremy doesn't want her to say anything, but also like she wants to help out everyone else. So she's basically in the rut that she always ends up in.
I give Lillian a secret; she cannot keep it.
I'm assuming everyone else just sees like Michael make the call and then it being like hung up immediately, and so Kayla just sort of frowns like, that is definitely not ideal, but I'm sure everything is all right.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, he's pretty capable, so if he's in danger, he'll probably like, kick ass or something. He's got the ghost thing going on, so I mean, as much as I hate the dude, like, he's helpful sometimes, so I gotta give it to him. But
I'm assuming everyone like looks at Lily.
I gotta give it to him. Looks at Lily.
Like, yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Like when Michael says that, like Lillian just like nods, like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
But-
well, keep us updated if you end up hearing from him.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cause like if something's up, like we'll do what we can to help,
Mhm.
And we'll keep
Yeah,
like
I
a
mean-
lookout and stuff for him as well, just in general.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah. So I guess you guys should go eat your food or whatever. Still don't know what's up with that guy sitting at your table. But you know what? I won't ask unless you tell me, in which I will ask.
He's an upcoming student.
Right.
It's a long story.
Oh, a long story, as in like a road trip's worth of story?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and to the fact that their eyes are. Is that.
Don't worry, they're not.
They're not going to hurt anyone.
We're good,
Oh,
bro.
are you
Yeah.
sure?
Very
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Very sure.
Okay. 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 I'm gonna sit here and play Temple Run.
Oh,
Go
that's a fun game.
Fun.
run those temples.
Okay. Alright, you guys, go have your food. He rubs one of his eyes. Like, as if it was itchy. Like, okay. See you guys later.
Goodbye. And
Bye.
we leave.
Alright.
So we go back to Seb, I'm guessing, or?
Yeah, you go back to Seb. Seb's like, so who was that and why was he kind of looking at me weird?
Oh, he's a friend of ours. He was
He's
just concerned because, like, we told him about the whole road trip thing. And I guess he was
Right.
like, "Why is there another person there?" You know.
Uh-huh. Did you tell him?
We just said that.
not exactly, but we
Like,
said
we
that,
didn't. Like,
uh,
you know.
yeah,
Right.
like,
Uh-huh.
just kinda, just kinda,
Just kind of.
Just
yeah,
kind of.
kinda.
Just
We said it was a
instead
road trip worth a story.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Did what was it? Why did you go talk to him? What happened there? I mean, it might not be my business to poke around and ask, but I might as well ask.
He's our homeboy.
He's your home. What is he at your home?
He's a friend.
No, he's our homeboy.
Okay, but
Homeboy means
Friend of
friend.
ours.
oh, okay, but what if a boy is actually at your home? What do you call it then? In theory, the boy is not your friend. Would he still be a homeboy because the boy's in your home?
He'd be a robber, probably.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still just quite getting the grasp of lingo and such. A couple minutes ago, I saw someone with a sandwich and talking about someone called Sloppy Joe. And who is
Sloppy-
this Sloppy Joe? Is there a Tidy Joe?
No,
I'm
it's
a little
a
lost.
type of sandwich. It's like
what
the
the sandwich is
name
like
for it.
called.
They name sandwiches person names?
Only
That
that
one,
one
yeah.
pretty much.
Occasionally, it's odd.
Yes.
So I
Not
may
every
go-
sandwich has a person name.
Not every sandwich, but some sandwiches have people names.
Yes.
Yes.
Sloppy Joe being one of them.
Right. So I might be able to go to Subway and say, "Can I please have a Amanda?"
That's
don't
not a kind of sandwich.
But it could be.
You could make an
You could make
Amanda.
your own sandwich and name it Amanda, yes.
Yes. Sub kind of like pauses for a moment. It's like, you guys did the thing you set out to do, right? I mean, you were in the car. You were telling me about like Mel and the whole thing, right? Did you guys do that thing?
Well, technically, yes, Mel has been helped and is
Oh, that's
now...
good.
It is. There's just a couple strings left untied that we're concerned by.
Like what?
Like, and he sort of like looks around and says, Sutton's brother.
Right. I still don't know how I feel about Sun. All things considered, but Sun seems okay. What is that all you're concerned about? Just Mr. Hashimoto?
It's definitely the big
Gaylord
thing.
says- Yeah, do we tell Seb about the Jeremy situation?
No.
No?
I
No,
mean, I
'cause,
would.
like-
This kid just got here. He got enough to worry about.
Yeah, like he doesn't like need that like concern as well.
Alright, so just saying like we still like have that big thing to worry about, but overall we're just trying to vibe. Is that what we're going for?
Yeah.
Sure.
Basically.
Well, what do you say?
Well, we're kind of like that's like the biggest thing to worry about. So we're kind of being just chill now, I guess.
Right. The biggest thing? Is the other thing tuition?
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
The economy really is in shambles. It's really a problem at this point.
Can you roll deception, Kalok?
Hold on, yeah.
I mean the economy is in shambles.
That is
I mean,
not
yeah,
a
but
lie,
you're
but yeah,
trying-
I'll roll. I'll roll,
trying to
hold on.
distract Seb from figuring out what
I
the fuck's
feel.
going
Yeah, hold on, let me check my modifier also real quick because my phone is slow. D&D Beyond, please load. Okay, hold on, where's my modifier for deception? Skills. Alright, so my deception is +3, and let me roll. Okay, I got a 19 plus 3, so that's 22.
Holy shit.
Wow, he's sure is
mean-
gonna believe us.
I mean, yes, that tracks. I still don't know what an exchange rate is. And I don't know what taxes are. So
I don't
you
think
know what?
anyone understands taxes, so you're good
No.
there.
Killock sort
I
of like
feel-
does a face like about to explain taxes and just kind of goes like, "No, I'm not gonna bother right now."
I mean,
But yeah, yes, that makes sense. And they kind of like bring their hand up to their head, like they just got like a headache all of a sudden, and you hear someone approaching through the cafeteria.
oh shit, dude.
Fancy
And it's-
shoes.
It's me, and I'm
Fancy
carrying this whole box of Eggo chocolate chip
It's a
waffles.
whole box of Eggo chocolate
Damn,
chip
okay,
waffles
11
under the
Stranger
arm
Things.
of Raymond Hashima.
I almost spit
Raymond.
Powerade all over my phone.
Like the Smash Bros. Everyone is here, but it's Raymond is here.
But it's Raymond Animal Crossing.
Raymond Animal Crossing is here. And Raymond Animal Crossing is actually the mastermind behind the whole thing. You did it.
I
no.
knew Wheatley Portal 2 had something to do with the scandal.
But you he's got a fancy suit jacket on and a pair of fancy slacks and fancy shoes and his signature blindfold. And
Oh,
it's Mr. Solaris. And he's like shuffles up to your table. He's got his line cane, is that the proper term?
I think.
Sure.
Walking
Yeah.
stick, I think.
Yeah, yeah, there we go. Walking stick. I blanked there for a second. He's got his walking stick. And he's like, is Kayla, do you think that you might be able to bring you and your compatriots to my office as soon as you can? I would like to have word with you and your companions.
Kalok sort of like he was in the middle of having another like bite of his food, but he sort of puts it down and looks at Solaris and just sort of nods.
Great. I don't mean to interrupt your food at all, so please feel free to finish your breakfast or brunch or however you consider this meal to be. And please, I would very much like it if you and your companions could my office.
At our earliest convenience.
Thank you so much.
Sir? Yes.
So considerate.
Sorry, it cut off, so I couldn't hear the whole sentence.
Yeah, it was half mumbling anyways, it wasn't that important. But he gives a quick nod and heads back down the hallway, which is kind of weird considering, like, he could have used the loudspeaker, but didn't.
It is indeed. Also, the fact that Seb sensed him coming with the headache.
Yeah,
Wow, that's so
The
spooky.
fuck?
that's suspicious.
That is.
Okay, so first Kalok turns to Seb and is like, "Are you all right?"
Seb is still kind of like rubbing their temple. Won't go away.
What?
I've got this headache. Ugh. It will not leave.
Do you need a Tylenol?
What's a Tylenol?
It's like headache medicine.
Headache go bye-bye.
Helps headache.
Headache go bye bye.
You think it'll work with the kinds of headaches that I get?
Can't
I
hurt
mean-
to try.
Yeah, can't hurt to try. Lillian like has like
Drugs with
still
more
has
drugs.
like she still has like a little like purse thing with her, and
Oh, yeah.
she has like one of those like mini like travel bottles of Tylenol because mom friend has to have shit on her.
That's
And
a
she like takes
personal
out
attack
one,
against me.
and she takes out one, and hands it to Seb, and it's like, so just take it with some food or a drink, and then you're good. Just don't like chew on it.
Seb is already chewing on it. You say, just don't chew on it, and like the second you end that sentence, you hear crunch. And Seb's like, oh, I wasn't supposed
I mean,
oh.
just swallow it, and it should be fine.
I can't feel my tongue.
I think that should pass relatively soon. And he sort of
Right.
like looks at Lillian with like a what?
Oh my god.
She like gives him a look that's like, I don't know.
I have chewed Tylenol before. That does happen. Your tongue
Why would you
experiences them.
chew
Why would you
Tylenol?
chew it?
I can't swallow pills,
Oh,
Oh,
that's valid.
okay.
Yeah.
which is
Fine.
ironic. But Seb's like, oh, right, okay. So Seb almost reaches for like the maple syrup to do like a shot of, like it's like one of those like ketchup little paper
Mhm.
packet thingies, and it's got like syrup in it. He almost like reaches for the syrup to do like a fucking shot of syrup. He's like, wait, no, wrong one. And he reaches for the paper cup instead and drinks some more out of it.
Oh,
Okay, so note to self: don't chew Tylenol. Note to self again: learn how to swallow pills. All right. Okay. Cool. I don't know if I have any classes, and I'm not sure what a class is. But based on context clues I've been able to glean from school handbook and basically everyone else around me, it's where you go as a group to either learn or die. Because I've heard multiple people saying the class is killing me. So I'm starting to get nervous that this is actually a place where you die.
No,
I mean,
no one
we're
dies
not
in that.
dead.
Are
It's
you sure?
just a
It's an
hyperbole.
expression.
It's an express. Oh,
It
that makes
just
sense.
people don't like classes.
Right. So why do they go?
Kind of
To
required.
motivate
Kind of
themselves.
have to.
So, I mean, you have to do what you paid to do, I guess. And
Wait, you
you know,
give them, you pay tuition to go to a place that you don't even want to go to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Society be like
ideally,
that.
Kayla kind of like steps in like, well, ideally, you choose the career path that you are passionate about. But sometimes things that you enjoy can be difficult, and that's just how it is. But yes, there are unfortunately a handful of students that are in career paths that they don't enjoy, and also there's the general education courses that everyone has to take.
Right.
He's like trying so hard to make school seem cool.
oh,
Aw.
Right.
And we were like, yeah, college fucking sucks. The whole ass teacher, they're like, well, I mean, if you think about it,
Well,
it's
actually.
kind of cool.
like we know you're just trying to get your paycheck, honey, but
Right. Okay. So I'm going to learn how to beat the crap out of my fellow classmates through sports.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah. I'm in sports too, so like, if you need help or if someone bugging you,
I'm the
thank you.
only one who's not in sports, but I can still help with stuff, I guess.
Hey, look, isn't it fucking sports?
But like he's a teacher, it doesn't count.
Yes.
Out of
Uh,
student wise, she's the only one.
So I'm gonna assume everybody like keeps eating their breakfast, so they can
Yeah.
keep going. You know. Going.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Do we have any forthcoming plan for Solaris? Are we just gonna walk into the office?
I think we should just go in because
Yeah, I
like no
mean-
one knows what to expect.
That's true. Yeah.
And if like we're really on guard or something, he might think that we're trying to hide something, you know?
In the
Mhm.
background, Seb has taken
Is-
their straw from the orange juice and is using it to drink the oatmeal.
Aww.
Oh, I was gonna ask. I know that like Kellogg didn't specify, but do we know if Solaris meant that was included when it came to like coming to the office? Is it just like the?
Sorry, that wasn't very clear. I feel like it was more of like a you
Asking.
guys, like he knows like you guys, not like
Oh,
whoever
okay,
the fuck
okay.
that kid is, but you.
Cool.
Mhm.
Cool.
Just wanted to check.
But he won't be upset if you bring Seb along. He'll just be like, "Oh, I meant you guys." But I guess Seb can just Seb know.
Yeah, I just feel that bringing this up along might cause more confusion.
You brought
Yeah,
what into the school?
And I don't think they
Like,
can
yes,
really.
I am a normal human student. Yes, hello.
And I don't think they can really leave him alone in asking headquarters.
Well, I mean,
We can leave him
can.
with Casper.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I figured Casper would have like a class or something.
Maybe it's free period. I don't know.
Yeah, it's college. You
He's
have
my
so much
son.
free
I
time.
decided to skip.
It's
Okay,
college.
so-
He's allowed to skip.
Okay, can I say what how this plays out, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yes,
Okay.
please do.
So they finish breakfast and they sort of just be like, okay, do we bring Seb along? It's like, oh, you know what? We probably don't need to bring along Seb. And so Kaylock texts Casper like, hey, do you have class? And Casper like, technically, why? Like, you're sitting at home right now. Yeah, I'm sitting at home. I forgot that you got home from your trip today. Oops. Like, yeah. And then he sort of, if you want to not be grounded, would you mind doing me a favor? And like, yeah, okay. Well, what do you want me to do during not class? Like, there's a new student here that I am, and he sort of glances at Seb, mentoring, but I need to do something for work really quick, and so I would appreciate it if you would spend some time with this new student. Their name is Seb. Casper's like, oh, sure, you brought a whole student from a road trip? I mean, that's, wow, okay, cool, I guess. Are you collecting just like Pokemon? No, that's...
I assume he has like the phone on speaker.
And it's like, I'm not adopting this student. Casper's like, oh, okay, cool. Glad to know I'm the only one.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Seb's kind of like Seb's gaze returns to their oatmeal as they quietly think, "What's adoption?"
Yeah. Then, so yeah, we're finishing up breakfast here, so I'm just gonna drop off Seb for a little while, and you guys can just chat. Can we talk about what you did on the road trip? Sure, but maybe try talking about other things and just make them feel welcome, please. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't really have a choice. You're gonna ground me otherwise. Yes. Anyway, love you, son. Love you too, Dad. And he hangs up.
Cute.
So that was your child?
Oh, that's Seb asking. Okay, that was Mayo. And I'm like, wait.
Okay,
no.
what? Okay.
I don't know what a Casper is. Never heard of this bitch.
Okay, so Seb says, and like, yes, that's my son, Casper. You're gonna get to spend some time with him while I do some work things.
Right. And work things being going to wherever the snake man told you to go.
Yes, he's my boss.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so Seb stands up from the table. The oatmeal bowl is mostly empty. There's still a straw sticking out of it. I'm going to do what Kaylock just told me to do. Am I supposed to walk there? Because I'm not sure where this is. Will I be?
We can drop off Casper, right? Like, there's not really a
Yeah,
set
you
time for the meeting, so.
Yeah, no. It's just, can you please come into the office at your earliest convenience?
Yeah. All right. So it's like, oh, don't worry, we can take you there, and there's no problem with that. So I guess everyone's like done with breakfast now, and we're just gonna.
Yeah, I'd say
Yep.
everyone's done. Just for plot convenience.
All right. So we go
So-
to the house. We drop off Seb. Do we do the interaction of the drop off, or do we just like move on to the actual part of the campaign?
hear me out.
All right.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
As Seb enters the house, and sort of like puts down their backpack, I want to know Casper's reaction to seeing a child that is clearly a little bit too young for college, also with semi-glowing veins, an IV bag on their belt, and like fucking fucked up eyes. I want to know Casper's reaction to this bitch.
Okay, I'm imagining they enter. Seb drops the backpack and like Casper is like watching TV, sort of like in the main area. So he's like sitting there with his phone, and it turns around to see like Kaylock drop off this child, essentially, sort of like patting Seb's shoulder. And Casper like sort of like looks back and forth between the two of them a little bit, sort of like, hi. And Kayla's like, yes, do you remember the that one time that you brought over your friend with the magic instruments? Casper's like, yeah. You know how I didn't ask any questions? Got it. And then he just sort of like leaves Seb there, and Casper's just like, hi, I'm his kid. What's up? I'm Casper. Hi. I'm watching Descendants movie
Descendants.
marathon. Are you okay with
Same wavelength.
Is that something that you'd enjoy watching? It's got like music and stuff, and it's just like really fun, I think.
They seem like a fish out of fucking water. They've never been in a proper house before. This is news to them.
They don't know what a descendant is.
What the fuck is a descendant?
The fuck's the
They're like,
movie?
they're kind of like looking at the sink, and they turn on the sink, and they turn it off. They're like, whoa. They look back at Casper like, is this where you live?
Yeah, it's me and my dad's house. It's
Right.
really not that big, but it's like comfortable enough, you know, sort of cool deal going on here. If you don't want to watch Descendants, we can find something else like on Netflix or something. And then he sort of like glances like at the sink and at Seb and goes, "If you know what a Netflix is."
Oh.
I'm blank Netflix. And I know what a net is. I know what a flick is. But I combined into one a Netflix.
And he sort of like glances around like, okay, so like you know how when something happens you can see it happen? Like
That's that's
yeah,
how
so
eyes
like
work, presumably.
exactly. So like when a story happens you can record it and put it on here, and he points at the TV. And then you can watch it.
A movie.
Yes. I'm sorry, I don't know how many things you know. I don't know that many things.
Canon himbo.
I don't know how much. I'm going to be honest with you, child of Kalok, but I don't know how much I'm allowed to tell you.
Yeah, I think we're on the same boat. I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to ask you. So maybe we can, and he grabs the control remote and he sort of like rewinds a little bit to go to the beginning of the movie and press play. Let's just watch what they do. And then we don't talk, and that way we don't, say or ask things we're not supposed to.
Seb pauses for a moment and is like, by being here, I am doing something I am very much not. I feel as though doing things in spite of not knowing why you are doing them is somewhat of a misinformed obligation, and I feel as though I no longer form obligated. Do you understand where I'm coming from, Casper? The son of Kalok.
It cut off in the middle, but I'm not sure if it's just like me not understanding.
It might have been me cutting off. Essentially, Seb said, I've been misinformed, and I don't know what's for the 90% of my life. I have no idea what's going on, and I've listened to what people say just because they tell me to, and I think I'm just about done with that.
Oh, okay. So, Casper sort of hears that, and just sort of bites his lip a little, and is just like, yeah, it's really not fun to be told things that aren't true, or to just do things because people tell you to do them. So I do feel you on that. I vibe with you on that. Tell you what. Here's what we can do. And he sort of stands up from the couch and goes, okay, so I only have a couple of things I'm really not fully allowed to do because, legal stuff. But
Yeah.
if there's something you feel like knowing, there's stuff that you're not supposed to tell me and I'm not supposed to ask, but there's nothing that I'm not supposed to tell you and that you're not supposed to ask. So if you want to ask about stuff so that you get it better, I can try to tell you. Again, I'm not really an encyclopedia or anything, but I kind of know stuff. And so we can just do what you want.
How much do you know?
Oh, geez, I mean, I'm only a freshman, dude, but,
No,
I
not like that. How much do you... And a hand rests on their IV bag. How much do you know?
Okay, and he sort of, rubs the back of his neck awkwardly. I've honestly tried to not ask too much about... I know something is going on. I mean, this whole place has been weird the past few... I'm guessing it's been weeks, right? Or is it months?
This story's gone on for about, maybe a month and a week or so.
Okay. So, for the past few weeks, stuff has been really weird. I don't know. I had the time in my life where bad stuff was happening, and now that stuff is happening again, I'm not sure I want to know about the bad stuff anymore because I don't think I can deal with it. But I know something is happening, and if you have to deal with it, I'm guessing, obviously, because any sort of gestures that all of said, I'm okay with listening about it. I mean, Dad can't realistically expect me to just not know anything is happening because he's not exactly the most subtle
clearly
guy.
Oh, he's not. He is not. He's not
So,
very subtle.
So you can tell me. I mean, I really don't have anyone to talk to, so it's lips are sealed.
Baby.
Well, what do you want?
I'm guessing that was what do you want to know?
Yeah. Sorry, it cut off?
Yeah, I was like, is this what do you want, Paul, from the guy who didn't like music?
What do you want, Paul?
What do you want, Casper?
Okay,
Sebastian.
Yeah. Okay, so but come here, aren't? It's probably awkward for you to be standing. Come here, and he sort of pats the couch.
Seb kind of shuffles over, and they're wearing shoes, but they're a little bit if a dog wears shoes, and they're walking a little.
Oh, yeah.
They're still not quite used to it because they were barefoot in the hospital, so they're taking their steps are a little bit too high.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and by the way, I want to say if there's the living room, there was a little table and there was snacks that Casper was eating on, and then he grabs one of the unopened ones and puts the straw thing on and hands it to Seb, and he grabs his own Capri and is okay, so first of all, the glowy stuff, it's really cool, but what is it? Because it kind of looks like the blue glowy stuff that a few weeks ago my dad found a needle, and I was like, wait, is he doing drugs? But no, that's not drugs. But I found a needle that had some blue stuff, and it looks sort of the same color. But I'm gonna guess that neither of you are doing magic cocaine, I'm hoping. So I'm guessing it's that drug. So what is it?
Well, if it's in a needle, it's likely that it is the same thing.
He sort of like looks at the IV bag like, okay, yeah, that holds up, I guess.
I feel like Casper's like, why the fuck is so much of it attached to this child?
He's like going one question at a time because it's been like weeks of, you know how in like supernatural TV shows you're like, how the fuck are none of these side characters noticing that there's something supernatural happening? It's that, but it's like he noticed it. It's like, I do not see it. I am looking directly away.
Seb's like, do you want to see it? Because this
And Casper's
is
like, maybe I will realize.
maybe I will realize.
So he's going 1 point at a time. So like, okay, it's the same thing, but what is? Are you allowed to tell me the name? Is it like some classified government thing? Are you like a government experiment? Blink twice if you need help.
Seb blinks twice. Give me a moment to think. Son of Kalok puts a hand on his chest.
Right, sorry.
When you say government experiment, it doesn't count if it's not the government.
His mouth sort of like drops into an O and says, "Oh my god, this is so cool." That's still cool. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't fun for you or anything.
It's sort of. I don't know. It's sort of cool. I will give it that much. It's kind of cool.
And Casper sort of nods and he takes a sip of his Capri Sun and is like, all right. Okay, so you're an experiment.
Yes.
And like, my dad probably found out about it, and that's why he found the needle thing. And he found you.
Yes.
Did he go out on the road trip to bring you here, or did you just like stumble into him and the students?
No one knew that I existed, and honestly, neither did I. So
You know what?
I
vibe with that.
I feel like the stumbling is more accurate in this scenario. Oh, I feel like I shouldn't tell you what I was about to tell you. But yes, that's more accurate.
All right. Cool. So like, he takes another sip, like very contemplative, and like, all right. So, well, you said, I'm guessing that it wasn't just like a vibe thing when you said you didn't know you existed. I'm guessing that you're new.
Yes, we'll put it that way, because it makes the most sense, and it's the most accurate thing I can say without sounding absolutely insane or evil.
Oh, don't worry about, I mean, the crazy thing, first of all, like, I've had some crazy stuff happen, and the evil stuff, I mean, you look like a baby, and you just told me that you're new, so, like, I don't think babies are evil. Like, they cry sort of loud, but that's not on purpose, so I don't think you're evil, if that's worth anything. Wait, I need to know, has Seb been sipping the Capri Sun, or have they just been, like, holding it?
Seb is holding the Capri Sun, watching Casper sip the Capri Sun, like, waiting to figure out if they should just do it all in one go.
When she finishes the Capri Sun in one sip.
Casper probably hasn't noticed, he's, like, too much into the combo, but, like, I just wanted to know for, like, my own visualization. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're new, that kind of explains the faucet thing and all of that. Okay.
Right. I haven't necessarily been many places except for maybe a hospital room, the rest of the hospital, your father's car, the cafeteria, a frat house, and now this house.
Huh. Oh, you got to be in the van? Yeah, you probably heard my music then at one point. Did you hear music before? Or how long have you liked music? I don't know.
If you're asking what the first song I heard was, dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. That what is that one?
Actually, wait, what is that one? I just have terrible hearing, but I do believe it's something I would recognize.
Dun 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 na 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 na. So if you hear me, darling, can't you hear me?
Okay, and so Casper sort of like bops his head along, sort of like trying to think. Oh my god, I can't believe that the first song you ever heard was ABBA. You are so lucky. That's the dream.
I am lucky.
You are. That's like, what the best music is sort of like up for debate, but it's so good. It's so funky, and you can dance to it and all that. Like, hold on, wait. And I guess that's not the most important thing. I just get really excited about ABBA. I'm sorry. Are you liking the Capri Sun? I can get you another flavor if you want. This specific cooler, but like I think we have some.
Oh, I'm supposed to drink it?
Well, if you want to, if you're thirsty.
Seb just puts their fucking. They take the straw out, puts them out around the hole, does it in one shot.
Yo, you would probably be like really good at those like sophomore, senior like drinking parties. I think you'd be especially like that, and he gestures at the IV bag. Like you're basically a you can't be killed machine. You know, you'd be able to withstand anything.
I feel like I can't be killed.
Probably on that. I'm not sure if this is like offensive. I'm so sorry if this like cross a little. But like, are you human? Ish?
Sort of.
You know what? Yeah, that holds up. Must be kind of cool.
Do you want to see what I mean?
Yeah. And he sort of like gives like Seb a little bit of room because he doesn't know what Seb's gonna do, like maybe turn into Transformer or something. So he like scoots back a little bit to give like Seb room to do whatever they're gonna do.
Seb just kind of like stares at Casper, looks Casper over like once, and then they use their shape-shifting ability to turn into Casper.
Okay, so for this, Casper was taking a sip of his Capri Sun, and he just fucking almost does a spit take on himself. Like, oh my god, you're me! Whoa! And he sort of like does that thing in like clone movies, or like he like moves his left hand slowly to see if like Seb does the same movement.
Seb does it, but once Seb notices what he's doing, he's like, oh, and then he copies!
Like, no! Yo, that's so cool! Oh, I tried making a potion once that would make me like do like the whole mirror image thing, but in a potion. But instead I turned my hair pink for a week.
I feel like that's the opposite of a problem.
Yeah, it wasn't really a problem. It wasn't the thing I was going for, so it was just kind of like a neutral situation. You know what I mean? But it must be cool to be able to dye your hair without chemicals.
I suppose. And then Seb does it again, except this time he's K-Lock.
Like, oh, that's so weird. Oh my god. I feel like you're about to tell me why espresso coffee is better than original and why Starbucks is a big corporate chain. Oh my god.
I don't know what coffee is.
Don't worry, you're not missing out on much. That's kind of a snob over it, but it's just like normal-ish.
Right.
Like if you need energy, there's other options. But anyway, I was gonna ask, so like, are you gonna be like a student here? Do you know if you're gonna be like sticking around?
Seb turns back into themselves. I think that the plan is that I'm going to lie and try to get a scholarship in fighting other children.
He sort of like, he looks worried about the fighting other children, and then comes, oh, probably like boxing or sparring, one of those. Yeah, right, sports.
The sparring one.
Yeah, I'm not really a sports kid, guy, dude. I'm a dude. Anyway, hey, you know what? If you end up joining, I'm gonna guess like next semester. Then I'm gonna be like one semester ahead of you. But like we're gonna be like sort of freshman buddies, and like I can help you out. You know, it'd be cool to have a friend around here. And like again, we'll be like two beasts in a pod in the sense that like I won't tell anyone about your experiment shape-shifting cool sci-fi thing, and we can just hang out. You know, if that's not like weird or something.
Bruh, I cannot even describe how touched Seb looks.
Oh.
Seb touch. It's like, that would be a good idea, I think.
And Casper like sort of looked nervous. He was sort of like trailing off near the end, and then he just sort of like beams super brightly, and then he grabs another Capri Sun and like tosses it at Seb, and it's
Seb
like,
catches
"Oh
it.
yeah, dude."
Well, if
Bro,
you...
this is so soft.
I'm gonna cry.
Well, I don't know if you want to know more about, well, this gestures to the Ivy bag, but if you want, we can watch the squints at the screen descend.
And he sort of like ponders back and forth, like, this is a lot to take in, just because again I had been completely ignoring my problems for the past few weeks, as I usually do. But
Probably shouldn't do that.
yeah, I know. It's just like, I mean, what are you supposed to do when you find like a weird glowy needle in your house, and like your dad's just sort of going on random road trips, and you're like, Dad,
You
I love you,
ask
but
about
what's
it.
up?"
You ask about it, that's what I would do.
Yeah, and then he sort of goes, "Don't worry about it," and it's like,
I am
well, I
worrying
am
about it.
worrying. Exactly. Like, when you say don't worry about it, you just worry more. It's like such a backwards phrase. Like, I know he's just probably trying to, like, and now that I know this is like an experimenting situation, like, he's probably just trying to protect me from all of it. But, like, if I don't know what's happening, how am I supposed to keep myself safe? He's always like, knowledge is power, Casper, but then he won't give me the knowledge? I don't know.
Kalok is a very tech man, and see any sort of person in peril, and notably younger than him, and wants, and I suppose that the act of helping may put other people in danger. So I suppose he simply wants to keep you safe, but the act of keeping you safe keeps you in the dark, keeps you curious, keeps you looking for answers, keeps you in danger.
Kalok sort of like sighs and takes like a pensive sip of his.
Kalok!
No, sorry, Casper. I'm so
He's
used
here!
Casper
takes a
become
pensive
Kayla.
Kalok's like in the corner watching this. No,
Like, I thought I told you, not just say shit!
Okay, Casper takes a pensive sip of his Capri Sun. He goes, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, because like I know he's not gonna be doing bad stuff. Like, even when I found like a needle in the bathroom with glowy stuff, like most kids would think like, oh shit, my parents may be bad or doing something evil or something. And even I wasn't even thinking that. I was just like, ooh, what is he like dealing with that
What
will
is he
involve
shooting
him?
in the bathroom?
No, not that. I don't think he would like go into that path. He's like too nerdy for that, I think. But like, I don't know. I know for a fact that he wouldn't do like bad stuff. Even when I don't know what he's doing, I know he's generally doing good, or at least neutral stuff. I don't know. But because I know him, that's sort of how we met, because he was helping me out. And yeah, helping me out sometimes involved him doing stuff that is technically not bad in the eyes of other people, like stealing clothes and food, and then having to sort of
the law.
Hmm?
Against the law?
Yeah, sort of. Don't tell him I told you that, because it's sort of like he wants to keep his job and stuff.
Oh, don't
but
worry, my entire existence is against the law.
Cool. He gives him a thumbs up. He goes, yeah, he was sort of, and he also helped modify around paperwork for me so that the adoption could be like a thing that happened, because, well, it was a whole thing. But I know for a fact that sometimes when you're helping someone, you have to do stuff that technically on its own would look bad, but when you put it all together, it's actually for doing a good thing. So I'm
Right.
guessing that's the whole situation with you, also.
Yes. technically stole me from a place I was supposed to stay in. And this place I was supposed to stay in wasn't necessarily the best place. So you can anticipate that upon seeing me in peril, I suppose, because at the time, I was unaware that anything was wrong, seeing as though I am not a person. Still sort of question. But, I suppose his nature was to help me out. Can I,
Yeah.
can I tell you, just, because I can assume that he hasn't told you anything about the blue stuff.
Not
it's
really, no.
Pretty. This, uh, sub gestures to the IV bag, their eyes, their veins. It's very dangerous. Very.
Okay.
I mean, granted, yes, it is my blood and stuff. Yes, it is. I have more this than blood, which is kind of concerning.
Probably a little bit,
but
yeah. I'd be concerned.
very, very concerning. I myself am. But if you see any blue stuff, they kind of uh like swipe their thumb inside of their mouth, like on their hand, like the spit residue. It's also like very much mixed with exposure. This, if you see any
Gross. Yeah. This?
sort of this, run very, very far.
He sort of like nods, and he's still like holding his Capri Sun with like two hands, and sort of nods. All right,
Wipes on
yeah,
his
I
fucking
mean,
shirt.
right, so Seb did that and pulled out the spit, and like before it got to that, Casper just did the gross. Okay,
Gross.
mop it up. Anyway, so he sort of nods like, yeah, I mean, I usually wouldn't trust like blue glowy stuff that I don't know the substance of, because all of those PSAs of don't do drugs, even if it's not drugs. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind. If I see blue shit, get the shit out of there. Yeah, that. Anyway,
Yeah.
so if that's like in your mother, is there no way to get it out if it's like that dangerous?
For everyone else on the planet, it is very dangerous. For me, if I do not have it, I will die.
Oh, well, that's not good.
It's not good.
Yeah, that's gotta really suck.
Which makes me slightly prone to a few nasty side effects that I am trying to circumvent. I think I
Like
will
what?
actually tell you the thing that I was not going to tell you before. I kicked your dad's ass.
Casper's eyes sort of widen as like, why?
Here's the thing, Casper. Leans forward. It wasn't me.
He sort of like looks around a little bit, like his eyes look around, like not his whole head, and like, so it's like possessed.
It's worse than possession, Casper. It's exposure.
Oh shit. Okay. First of all, I don't know how to react, but like he's like, oh shit. Okay.
I'm like, it's from. We did it. We did the call out.
We did it, boys.
We did the funny reference.
We did it. We did it, Reddit. He goes like, oh shit. And again, that's also gotta be not fun. But I'm guessing if like my dad already brought you over and it's all chill about it, like I'm not gonna hold it against you that you were possessed when you beat him up or something. I don't know. Like I say, he's kind of a nerd, so like I wouldn't be that surprised with that. Fighting isn't really his strong suit. He's really good at like the potions thing. Oh,
He
my
went
teaching
down in
thing.
one punch.
And he sort of like he actually laughed at it. Yeah, like I said, I'm not surprised. Neither him or I are like, you know, we do magic. We're all like squishies naturally, so it makes sense. Like, and hey, if you ever feel those like weird side effect things, like I don't know if there's much that I can do. I can't do a lot of things, but just let me know and I can try to help out. You know, maybe I'll try to make a potion thing that'll like keep away the Hyde from the Jekyll and Hyde. Is that the order? I don't remember.
It's not that I appreciate the reference, that one, but it's not so much as Hyde, more as a phone operator, more along the lines of a computer virus, whereas it can infect many computers, but they all respond to one.
Oh, so like, I mean, what's the word when it's like the whole mind, just like a hive? Like, what's
Well,
that
I
called?
think you just said it. Well, it's a hive. Mind.
Oh yeah, that yeah. So it's like, oh okay. Wait, okay, wait. So was the missing student also?
Yes.
Oh, that explains so much. Oh my god, it's all coming together. I've connected the two dots.
You
It feels so
connected
good to
them.
know things. Okay, wow. I mean, I hope that the student's okay and everything because
Oh.
I can imagine that.
They're fine.
Oh, good. Yeah, with all of this, they got really high up on the stranger danger thing, but it's more like virus danger or possession danger sort of thing.
More
And
like
I guess you don't really expect that.
More like vaccine danger because
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'm really glad that we didn't pay attention to my dad on the not asking questions or talking thing.
exactly,
This been really neat.
because then would have simply watched The Descendants and not figured out what anything was.
Exactly. I mean, I love Descendants any day, but I mean, I've watched it so many times. I basically know it by memory. It's like no loss.
But yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, it's really neat that you're sort of here and out of that place that you didn't know was bad at the time. And
Yeah.
I think I'm really dudent. I mean, there's like a lot of cool stuff here, and yeah, classes can be sort of a pain in the ass sometimes, and that's why I was skipping this one. But it's also cool, and the campus has like a bunch of stuff around. I can try to give you a tour sometime.
That might be a good idea. I do like.
Yeah.
Do you
Casper
have...
gives.
Sorry, you go.
Oh yeah, it's just like Casper gives Seb a smile. That was it.
Oh yeah. I thought you were gonna say hug. I'm like, so I was like, do you have any idea of how to high gesture at their this?
Wait, did you just at the IV bag or like the whole vein size?
Like the veins, like the eye.
Okay, Casper sort of like
Because I
like
look like a bit of a glow stick, and you immediately notice something was wrong.
Right, yeah. I might not be able to help with all of it, but I have a couple ideas. For starters, and like Casper like shoots up like the beanpole that he is, and he sort of starts rummaging around like a few drawers, and he pulls out a pair of like old Ray-Ban sunglasses, and he hands them over. Like that's a start, at least with that, and he gestures to subspace. The bag thing, like I don't think I have anything right now, but maybe like, and he pulls up his backpack, which is kind of like a messenger bag. Maybe you could get something like that and have that in there. And I mean, people don't really go through your bag because that's like a weird invasion of privacy thing. And you can get like a custom one. You can decorate it how you want. And when people ask what's in there, you don't have to say oh, it's like this exposure possession IV bag. You can be like, hey, it's none of your business, bucko. And with the veins, maybe makeup, or maybe just wearing long sleeves. I don't know. I'm not good with makeup or anything like that, but we could probably get you.
While Casper is talking, Seb's like put on the sunglasses and is like, whoa, everything's dark.
Yeah, that's how sunglasses work. It's so that when you look at the sun, you don't go blind. But maybe that doesn't happen to you. I'm not sure how far your superpowers extend.
Sun inside?
No, but it's so that, I mean, when you're around people that know about your thing, you don't have to wear them. But if you're like outside walking through campus, or like in a classroom with people who don't know about the thing, you can just wear them and people will just assume that you're hungover and it's fine.
I'm not a. Yes. This seems like some of an. It's better than what I had before, which honestly, walking around barefoot in a hospital gown, carrying an IV bag.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
No, it wasn't. I was very cold.
It sounds like a horror movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that. He's so happy that he's getting it.
Yes, it was. Frankly, I've been told that it was very scary. There was this girl in there with them. She had gold, and she taught me about Pokemon.
She sounds. Yeah, I don't remember her name, but I've seen her like when I pop in on Dad's classes sometimes. Like I've seen her around. I don't know. I've never talked to her, but if she likes Pokemon, then she must be cool.
Yeah, and she was there, which makes me kind of question why she was there. But she didn't think that I was a good person to keep around, and I was like, well, that's sort of rude, lady with a blue mask. And then I was like, oh shit, why do I know something that I never learned? And then I blacked out.
Oh yeah, that's. I'm guessing that's when the whole kicking my dad thing happened.
And then they kind of went milky, blue, and milky, mostly milky, kind of went black.
Huh.
Like, if you're underwater and the water is very thick.
And wait, Casper has like a very simple sense of humor, so he can talk like thick. Oh yeah, so I imagine like when you're at the bottom of a lake and it's like really murky water and you can't really see that far.
And it's like there's the pressure of the water, but it also has the consistency of like mayonnaise.
Oh, so your mayo must be really gross. Like, just the sensory of all of that. I'm really sorry you had to like swim in mayo while you were like taken over.
It's hard to describe.
Yeah, no, I imagine, and like I wouldn't personally want to know what that feels like. I mean, the whole like I know you're in the situation, so I don't want to sound insensitive, but like it does sound like it sucks big time.
Oh,
so like
yes, it does suck.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I mean, at least now you're at least on your way out of it. Like, I know you still have some of the side effects, but like, at least you're not again barefoot in a hospital, like you said. You know, now you have cool sunglasses.
I have cool sunglasses. I cut off.
The end. I just heard cool sunglasses, and then it sort of flipped.
I have cool sunglasses and a friend.
Oh my god! And then Casper's like face goes fucking red as shit. He's like a very easy blusher. Oh yeah, I got he looked at the messenger bag that he was still holding for an example. This and a friend.
God, I did not intend for this scene to go this long.
Neither. I thought it was just gonna be like, okay, and they watched Descendants, and then the next thing happened.
It's worth it.
I love this though. I
It's
love
so
this so
cute.
much.
So worth it.
God. Okay. Okay. Should
Actually,
we?
I am gonna cry.
I am
Okay.
actually. Should we
Actually,
get
I
to?
am gonna cry.
Should we get to the meeting now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Real quick.
Probably.
I thought of something real quick as I
Okay,
was
what?
listening.
Oh.
I just picture, and there's no spoilers here, so don't worry, but I just picture like this distant jump cut to Mr. Hashimoto, and he's saying to himself, you know, sometimes to do good, you have to do things that might look bad to other people. And that's it.
Oh.
Oh,
That's kind of
Spooky.
Oh
spicy.
damn. Okay. What the fuck?
I love that
Wow.
echo.
I'm
I
over
love
here
that
like
echo to the Casper
having
line.
fun with. I'm here like having fun with a Capri Sun, and you're over here like revolution.
I heard
I
those
love that
lines and
though.
I'm like, that's interesting.
I love that though because how the same line in a different context can be like such a different vibe. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Anyways, that's it. I
Yeah.
have my Mountain Dew Kickstart. It is red flavor.
I was not expecting to like extensively roleplay Casper right now, so like
I
but
love Cat. I would actually die for Casper, just so you know.
he is just sun. He is
He's
sun
just
shaped.
baby.
Son.
He's best boy.
He's
Believe
shaped like
me,
a sun.
Listen, in telling Casper what's going on, I fully know what I'm doing, and I'm
Oh my
setting
God, oh
things
no.
up for later.
Oh
I'm
boy.
excited, but I'm
What?
scared.
Ooh.
Good thing I have this
Anyway.
entire box of chocolate chip Eggo waffles.
Okay, Raymond, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mike knows what's up. Mike, don't say anything, but Mike knows what's up.
Oh jeez. Remember your empathy. Mayo, remember the Father's
I'm
Day pic.
remembering the empathy.
Okay,
But
thank
Mayo
you.
doesn't care.
Mayo cares too much.
That's the problem. All right,
We
yeah, let's
need-
get to the meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I will have to eat after this, so.
Yeah. I have my brother's birthday dinner, so like.
Yeah, I got
Okay, yeah.
mini
Meeting
golf.
time.
Meeting
Meeting time.
Eating.
No
So-
dicking around. Let's go.
Let's go. So you and your party. I imagine after they drop off after they drop off Seb, K-Lock's like, yeah, is this gonna be fine? It's probably gonna be fine. Let's go.
Yeah, he like thinks over like, is this a good go? Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, nothing wrong could happen here
Surely
We're not gonna talk about exposure.
or anything. Seb, literally made of exposure. Mr. K-Lock, what are we gonna do in here? Not talk about exposure, boy.
Deadass. All right.
Dead ass.
Literally.
So they
So they go to the
uh,
office.
so the office door is unlocked. No one's in the waiting room, and the main office door is open. And Mr. Snaky is sitting behind his desk, and he's kind of like rubbing his temples and tapping away at his laptop. And he sees you guys like, oh, there you are. If you could please come in and take a seat.
All right, so they all assortedly. I'm assuming there's like 4 chairs, right? So they all
Yeah.
just sit down.
Sit down.
Sit.
So, I simply have a query. And if you are to lie to me about this query, no offense, I feel as though I will very much know that you are lying.
All right.
Did you continue your investigations after I told you to stop?
Can I roll deception?
Sure.
Let me get that.
It's a gamble.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Okay, I got a 17. And modifier.
So what do you say?
Okay, it goes. No, we simply went on our rope that you sanctioned. Why do you ask?
K-Lock? Kalok, I understand. You want. But Kalok, you're a
Yes.
liar.
Excuse me?
Kalok, I know that I to not continue investigation into the missing student. And told me that you ceased investigation. And then you come to me lying. I am cutting out so badly.
You were
but-
cutting out so much.
No, like I got the vibe of
Like-
what you said, but like I wasn't able to reply in the moment.
Okay, let me try again.
Take two.
I tell you to cease investigation. And I trust your word that you will. And then you come here lying. Kalok, I do understand where you are coming from, but this once, I would like you to be honest with me about your activity.
Okay, so Kalok sort of like clenches his jaw and he like glances at like the students next to him. I'm guessing he's like sitting like on the side and sort of looks back. Yes, we continued investigating.
Yeah, Solaris, he nods like once and like sort of brings a hand up to his face and rubs underneath his blindfold and like sighs a little bit. And did you find the missing?
Kalok takes like a deep breath because I legit have no idea what to say. Oh my god. Okay, so he takes a deep breath and goes. On our trip, we didn't find the missing person. No.
Kalok, you are pushing my patience a little bit. I will not lie. You're pushing me just a little bit, Kalok. I can assure you, none of your educational pursuits or occupational statuses are in danger at the moment. But you are still pushing my patience just a touch, Mr. Kalok. Because we very clearly have student Mel back at the facility. We can also very much see that Mel is no longer afflicted with whatever affliction they are suffering from. And we can also see that none of my efforts went through. So the only possible solution, Mr. Kalok, was that it was you and your compatriots. Is that the case?
Like I told you, Mr. Solaris, we hadn't found the missing student on this trip. What I'm curious about is why you decided to summon also my students when it came to this matter, when you're clearly only trying to confront me.
Kalok, you must understand very quickly here. I am not trying to get you in trouble. I am not trying to get any of your compatriots in trouble. I am trying to simply find the truth about this matter. This is something that has been happening underneath my nose. Something extremely dangerous happening at my school, Kalok. And seeing as though you are the authority figure amongst these students, I feel as though you are the best person to ask about this situation. Am I wrong?
You are not.
Good. So, Kalok, I will ask once again, and I don't want any loopholes, any caveats, any sort of trick pulled over my eyes, because Kalok, I am a clever man. Did you find the missing student?
Yes. How were you aware that we found the missing student?
Just kind of like takes a, just lets out a breath. Good. Very good. I am aware that you found the missing student because I'm not. Pardon my French. I've had a bit of a rough go this week, this past few weeks. I've had a bit of a rough go. But I'm not fucking stupid, Kalok. It's. Of course, there were no police investigations about the topic, Kalok. I'm fully aware of that. Despite what I had said in the announcement a few weeks ago. But I'm very glad.
I think that despite our current differences in how the situation was handled, we can both agree that it's good that Mel is safe and sound back.
Yes. It's very good that Mel is safe and sound.
So what now?
What do you know?
I'm not ignoring him, I'm just thinking of what to say. Hold on.
His attention turns to the rest of the student.
I mean,
And
not much, dude. Have you met me?
again, I feel as though I've previously established that I am not here to play games.
I mean, you asked me what I knew. I don't know that much, bro.
Jerissa, about the exposure.
Kellogg's eyes do widen a little bit. Not because he was surprised that Solaris knew, but because, like, Solaris just fucking said it out loud. It's like, oh shit, he's pulling back the curtain.
So you know about the exposure.
Again, I'm not that ignorant. Of course I.
Now,
There's
What?
with
Sorry,
all due respect, if you knew about it, why didn't you do anything? I mean, your own staff was connected to this issue and you didn't do anything. I mean, I can't in good faith say that.
Lillian,
Yes?
I did do something. and simply put the matter not publicly known. Do you understand this? It's not simply a leak in a bathroom. It's not simply a flu virus that everyone must look out for. This is and they Solaris kind of like rubs their face a little bit, and with a wave of his hand, the curtains fall, and there's like a security camera in the room, and it just straight up starts like sparking, and it shuts the fuck down.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my
And
shit.
That
And
is, oh boy.
he leans forward a bit. This is not something that the public can know about. Do you understand this?
I mean, dude, like, you kind of were a little vague about what's going on, and like, I may not have had your traditional childhood, but like, know enough to say that when you tell teenagers something vaguely, they're gonna go try and investigate and find out what you're hiding, because clearly that's where we ended up.
When I tell teenagers something vaguely, I expect them to listen when I say something bad is going on, because I'm the principal.
Yeah, you're the principal. No one listens to the
Yes.
principal, dude.
Jerissa, fucking die, say it somebody.
why do you want to know what we know? Like, obviously, you want information, but what are you going to do with it?
What do you think I'm going to?
I don't know.
I'd
I'd like to
know.
hear you say it.
No. I want to know what you think I'm going to do.
I don't know what you're going to do. Like, at all.
That's the
That's why I'm
problem.
asking.
You know our motivation. Yes, we were nosy. Yes, we broke several rules, and I would not be surprised if I ended up unemployed after all of this. You're aware that while what we did is not something that you wanted us to do, it was because we wanted to help. But we don't know anything from your end, which has led to our frustration in wanting to understand what is happening. We understand it's a sensitive matter. We haven't been telling every student about what is happening. But we want to know what is happening just as much as you do.
Well, that's simply the thing, K-Log. I don't know. I don't. And a student on my campus went missing. Student and a teacher on my campus were kidnapped by a 12-year-old.
Hold up, who told you?
A guy. And he pauses for a moment, bites the inside of it. This sort of matter, I can't ignore. And this sort of matter clearly wasn't being handled by the police for whatever reason. So I had to take matters into my own hands and get my own informant.
Oh, I just realized. Wait, I'm not gonna have this kid look it, but like, oh my god, it's Theo, wasn't it? Was Theo the snitch? Wait, yeah, I'm not saying this in character, by the way. This is like off of character, but I'm thinking of like, okay, but like, who
Oh
would
my
know? Who
God.
would have ties?
Oh my fucking
God.
shit.
And Theo was contacted by R, and R, we know from the outside scene, we don't know,
Oh my
is
God.
in loop with Solaris. Oh my god. I have connected the dots.
You've connected them.
to go with the popcorn emoji. Okay. He says that. Sorry, I just needed to process that like out of character because it's like a lot. Okay. Kayla, like even if he doesn't have the outside information, like he connects what Michael said about the therapist with Theo's general behavior and goes out on a limb to like he figures it's very probably Theo. And what he says is, I see. Well, Mr. Solaris, in the same matter that you wanted to take things into your own hands to try and solve this, we did the same. And it seems that we may have accidentally colluded against each other at points. That doesn't matter now. What matters is what do we do now?
Seems as though we are on the same page. At least now we are. And now that we are on this, we can understand what the overall objective is, correct?
To stop exposure?
Yeah.
Keep my students safe.
But
By stopping exposure.
I'm not sure where your priorities lie, but I am not running a militia. I am not running a police training academy. I am not running a madhouse. I am not training adventurers. This is a school for learning physics and biology and chemistry and old magic and alchemy and
All of
I
which
am
will be rendered mute if exposure goes beyond what it is now. If you know much about it as we do, you know its effects. You know its danger. And it's imminent.
I not a hero.
It's a good thing we
I-
are then, or
You
at
don't
least
gotta
trying
be.
to be.
Yeah, I mean,
We're trying to
Again.
stop this.
in good
And
That's fine if you don't want to, but let us.
in good conscience, I cannot let my and faculty throw themselves into danger like this.
So
Okay.
instead we hide from the danger until it inevitably gets us?
Instead,
I
we
understand
struck
this
a-
is not an ideal situation. Of course, I wouldn't want to willingly throw students into a war. I'm not insane. But I am aware that if we sit down and hide behind rules of faculty and school, this is going to hurt everyone. Doing nothing now to keep ourselves safe isn't going to do any good.
yeah, like Sir, Mr. Snake Man, Solaris, I don't learn that much here anyways. I'm a sports major. I'm a basketball girl. Like, I'm not getting much out of his alchemy class, no shade, but I can learn how to fight. Know how to fight. I don't know
And-
alchemy, I don't know biology. I'd much rather try and protect people.
He's
and well,
rubbing his-
frankly, I personally can't, learn and take in information when I know that there's things going on 24/7 behind the scenes. I mean, it's just we're better off getting involved than not. Even if, we should be learning because, like, we can take another year of college. We can't take another year and let everything build up and turn to even more shit than it was.
I rubs it. He actually removes his blindfold and like just puts his hands on his face, like And he looks up and like looks at you guys. You can see his eyes now. They're like bright yellow, orange.
We don't turn to stone, right? I don't know how this works.
In D&D, Gorgon's turning someone to
Yeah,
stone
we're gonna turn
is
this-
an action, so he has to like specifically like
Oh, okay.
turn
Okay.
to stone.
Okay, cool. That's
I was like, ooh, Gordon's
Yeah, I
dancing
don't think Vanya would
time.
just randomly turn us to stone and be like, whoop, campaign's
Total
over.
party
Can I just-
kill.
TPK stone time.
And that's on Percy Jackson.
But he looks up, you can see his eyes now, and like that's kind of concerning because you never see his eyes. That's why he wears a blindfold. And he's like, in good faith, in good conscience. At the very, I've tried this. I've tried to keep quiet. I've tried to keep it silent. And I've enlisted the help of one of my most reliable. And again, I feel as though using students to gain information about a certain topic is immoral and out of bounds when it comes to educational integrity. But again, I was at the time unaware that anything this bad was happening. I was under the impression that it was simply a drug going around. It was simply like, oh, someone's brought amphetamines to a frat party. Oh, DJ kid is back at it again. But that's why I enlisted the help of students and told me that it's very much not what we expect. And now that we know that it's not what we expected, I don't know what to do.
Sir, with all due respect, do you think any of us have any idea what we're doing?
No!
Exactly. What doesn't... Of course, it's very difficult to know what to do in a situation, especially when there were many curtains drawn and no one had all of the information, and it's complicated. We may not know what to do, but we know that we have to do something, because doing nothing in a situation where so many people's lives are at stake is worse.
I
doing
am not running an army. I am not running a adventurers guild. I am running a school.
And if we do nothing, there will be nothing left to run.
Mel was a test. They were the start. It's going to get worse and worse. You cannot ignore this.
I'm not ignoring it. I'm trying to find the source. I'm trying to figure out how it got here, and I'm trying to figure out how to stop this person from ever stepping foot in this damn facility again.
So are we.
we've got the same goal. We just got different ways to kind of go about it.
So who do you think is bringing this exposure?
I mean,
Let's talk
Well-
out of character. Do we bring
Do we know?
Because, like,
It
I
has
do
to do
trust
with
him
Reyes.
more now. I do trust Alaris more now because
Same.
all of that makes sense. As a
Mhm.
director, I would have
It
done the
tracks.
same.
It tracks.
tracks.
It has to do with something with Reyes.
Like,
Because
I think it would make sense, like, the way that I think the explanation that Solaris has given us so far holds up. And
Mhm.
I don't really see any motivation for Solaris to be like, yeah, I want my students to be exposed and all of that, or like being in leagues with the creator, because there could have been so many other ways for him to throw us off track. Or
Yeah.
like just straight up fire us if that were the case. Or
He
fire
wouldn't be
Kayla.
actively asking us about this stuff if he was like actually working
Yeah.
with Ray.
Exactly. And
I
like
say
I
we
do
tell
feel it would be very likely for Mayo to constantly be like, "Oh, but why don't you trust him? He's just a snake." To be like a reverse psychology thing.
I mean, she
Yeah.
did kind
I
of
feel
do
like
that
we
a
can
little
actually
bit.
trust Solaris because there's so much pointing to not trusting Solaris. I feel like we should be able to trust him.
And at this point, I'm just so tired. It's like, aren't you tired of being secretive? Don't you just want to know things?
Yeah.
Everyone looks at Lillian.
I
Yeah, I mean, I
personally
think-
wrote, we mentioned the Raymond thing.
Yeah, I'd
personally.
say we tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, all right. Now that we've had that little huddle thing, we go back.
Who
What
wants
was?
to-
Back in
who wants
character.
to- who wants to
Someone else
play
do it. I've been
now?
taking
I
up a
don't-
lot of this.
I don't mind saying it.
Do it.
Go for it.
Cool.
You won't
Go,
bet.
Rowan, go.
Okay, what was the last thing that was said?
The question was, who do you think is bringing this into the school?
We think it's this guy named Raymond Hashimoto. He's, from what we can tell and what we found, he's the creator of this whole exposure thing. Maybe he's not the one directly putting it into the school, but he...
Hey,
Yeah?
hey, Rowan.
Yeah?
When you say Raymond, you don't say the word Raymond Hashimoto.
Okay.
What?
Instead, what comes out is dial-up.
What the-
Cool.
Wait, so like only like nothing comes out, or only R comes out, or how does that work?
You get you don't get the first name, but you get Hashimoto.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, so immediately after saying that, Rowan stops because what the fuck?
And Solaris kind of like sits up and is like, "What?"
Lillian's
What?
like
And
looking at Rowan
Kalok,
like, oh my god.
Kalok doesn't know why he figures it's a script thing, so like immediately he sort of like goes like, "Fucking damn it!" like under his breath.
Your
like,
husband's
so
back at it again.
He's like, "Son of a bitch."
Lillian like, she's like surprised, but not like in like a, ooh, I never thought you'd do that way. Just like in a bitch way, like more towards the script though.
Rowan is just looking like, what the fuck was that at Lillian? Because Lillian's done that before, right? Yeah.
in front of
Yeah, we've seen
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
she has
obviously. Okay.
definitely 100%. Like they're like looking at each other, it's like Rowan.
Who? Wait, what? Who's behind it?
Gonna try and
Some-
say it again. Raymond Hashimoto.
Who Hashimoto? He
Shit.
looks to Kalok. Who?
Shit.
Okay, this is a whole. All right, quick
Fuck.
context. There is, and he's like about to say it, and he sort of sighs, and there is a god that prevents certain
He
things
just kind of
from
like
being
shoots his eyebrows
said.
up, like.
Yeah, that prevents things from being
Lillian just
said.
look,
God
Lillian
knows
just looks
why.
mortified.
Okay. Lillian, do you want to maybe call
Yeah.
him?
Why
Beep
don't
him
we?
if you want to reach him?
Let's beep him. Let's page him. Page him out.
Tell me,
Sepia,
beep, beep, if you want to reach me, it's okay.
Sepia Land. He is absolutely in.
You cut out. Can you repeat that?
He is absolutely in the room.
Assuming this is like the mental script talk, she's like,
Yeah, the sepia talk.
okay. First question.
I don't know what's happening.
What?
I can that.
You don't know
I
What?
don't. And like he's kind of like he's shell shocked. Like he's kind of looking at his hands like I don't know.
How?
I don't. I imagine this is like between when between the two times that Rowan just said Raymond Hashimoto. So like between then, Rowan says it again, and his head like snaps upwards with like a vacant stare, and his hand shoots out towards Rowan, and Rowan cannot say Raymond, and then he like comes back. He's like, I.
You don't know.
He's just kind of like he's standing there.
Where's Jeremy? I mean, I saw him earlier, but
He shakes his head. That one, I can't tell you that. That one's not this, but I can't tell you. I don't know what this is, but Jeremy, I know what that is. I can't. Have to trust me. I can't tell you.
she like takes a breath. All right, something's going on.
Something is
And-
going on.
Well, I mean, obvious, but like, you know what I mean. Like, something. And if you don't know what's going on, then God, is it probably something really bad?
Just kind of like sighs and shakes his head, and like, Lillian, you return to reality.
Okay, yeah, so between this and like Kalog didn't know, he assumed it was Squib blocking it out. So he's saying that
Yeah.
there's this god that occasionally prevents things from being said.
Solaris is like he's leaning on the table, like elbow propped up, holding his head, just like.
And so he's saying, I'm not sure if like Lillian is gonna like correct him or not, or if Lillian's gonna let him go on the assumption that Squib is blocking that out.
Actually, she is gonna say something. Because like everyone like knows about like her own pact to Swift, so like nothing to like be like secretive about. And I'm assuming this is gonna get blocked out, but no, that he doesn't know why that happened.
Kalog sort of like, I mean, he turned to look at Lillian when she spoke up, and then when it says like, oh shit.
Well, that's concerning.
Okay, well, Mr. Hush. Sorry, I almost haven't said it.
Dun dun dun.
Nope. Second time I've confused the name, boys. All right. Mr. Solaris. Apparently, it is not that. We don't know why the name is being blocked out. We found that information because we found his sibling, and that is how we know that this person whose name we can't say apparently is behind this.
He's just kind of sitting there, a little shell-shocked, a little, but he's like,
That's all of us.
okay, good. It's a lead. It's a lead. We have to prevent this person or his sibling or any of his associates from entering the school. Then they can't bring any of this exposure into the school, and then they can't infect student body. Do you understand where I'm coming from? We don't have to fight a war, but we can just the war out.
You can put up walls, but they're gonna be torn down.
Well,
We've
walls
seen
are
the effect of this.
so have I.
We have to do our best. We can't hide anymore, and we can't keep going to the front lines, but we need to do something, right?
Of course, it's important for us to do what you said, like try our best to block it out, but that's not going to be enough.
Well-
Mr. Solaris, this thing will spread everywhere. Even if we keep this campus on lockdown, students will eventually return to their homes for breaks or any reasons, even going outside to get something on their break or when they skip classes, which happens more often that week. Like, all of that. Anytime they go outside, it could happen. Unless we actively go into hermit mode, which would be impossible and also inefficient, it could eventually always get in.
Inefficient,
Well-
but safe. I don't understand. I don't understand where you get the idea that throwing yourself into a battle of glorious proportions is the correct answer here. Kaylock, I've been around for thousands of years. I've been around for a very long time. And I've seen the change of tide between adventurers and quests, swords, magic, and I've seen it fade into obscurity to become a history lesson. There's a reason it became history. Hey, look, there's a reason it doesn't work because we have modernized ourselves. This new threat, it's a not something big enough to lose our minds over. It's horrible, yes, but it's not enough to create an army out of children.
Well, I think that going down in history to be a pretty good fate. I mean, we're saving today when there was.
You know
We should
what's
be
a
saving-
better fate? Being alive. I am
How do
not
we-
endangering my students. That is final.
You're
How do we
endangering
know-
them by not doing anything about it.
I'm
We're just as
doing as-
dangerous sitting here than we are going out and doing something. It's better that we die
no,
heroes.
that's like actually that's literally
I
the
don't know.
opposite.
I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather die fighting than die doing nothing.
How about no one
I-
dies?
I don't
Yeah, the
want
idea is
to-
for no death.
Yeah, the idea is for no one to die.
I just said just in case. I mean, I don't want to sit here doing nothing.
Well, I don't want to force any other of my students into taking a death choice that they had no idea existed in the first place.
Nobody-
So
Buddy.
don't
It is my responsibility as headmaster to keep my students safe, and if I violate that safety, I am violating educational integrity. Do you not understand?
you don't have to send other students into this or whatever. Let us do this. We want to.
I will not.
I'm thinking like I'm gonna guess that trying to do a persuasion roll is not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
If the perception roll didn't work, I'm gonna guess.
The reason the perception roll didn't work is because he had tangible proof against what you were saying.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just I'm thinking, I mean, okay, again, another huddle. Okay. I can't think of anything to say like in character here to like convince him again because that's a value he clearly has very intrinsically tied. But I
Right.
also don't think that going the path of okay, we agree, we're not gonna do anything about it and then doing it again like we have the past whole campaign is gonna work because he's not gonna believe us.
Yeah.
I mean, he keeps mentioning that he doesn't want students and faculty to be in it. So, like, They don't have to be students and faculty anymore.
Are we
if you
really going to
catch
drop
my
out
drift.
for this?
They drop
Oh
out.
shit! Wait.
You're going to be
I
college
mean, that gives
dropouts?
that gives us some. They're gonna become YouTubers. I mean,
It's possible because he doesn't. It's like, well, I mean, you can't control what we're doing if we're not part of this. But then, like, we're not gonna have access to like. I don't
The
think Mayo's
school.
planning for us to quit the whole like main
Yeah.
hub.
We quit, and then you win the campaign because you can't get back into the campus anymore, and the exposure takes over, and you lose. The end.
yay! Clap.
Access to the setting is kind of important.
Yeah,
I
if
mean,
we-
there's always breaking in it.
Jesus.
Okay. So what do we think that we should do, guys?
It's just
I
I'm
think we
running out
gotta-
on ideas on how to convince him.
I think we got. I
we
don't.
don't think we can.
I don't think it's convincing him at this point. Then making it clear that he can't stop us.
Yeah.
I feel like
We can
that's-
try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
sure.
Okay.
better
Who wants to
than
drop
dressing
a
out.
spicy line?
I mean, y'all go for it. Y'all go for it.
Who's feeling confident?
I mean, I said the Raymond thing, but I don't mind doing this.
confident. Dead silence.
Okay. Might I have the honor of delivering a juicy line?
Yeah, sure.
Y'all go ahead. I'm letting Kalok rest a bit because he's done a
Yeah,
lot this
I
time.
did the Raymond name thing, so go ahead.
Yeah, we all need our dramatics. So William looks at everyone and then looks at Headmaster Solaris. You might not want us to do it, but we're still going to. You can't stop us. Headmaster Solaris, we're still going to try because heroes don't give up. And we're trying to be heroes.
Lillian. The age heroes.
I think you're cutting out.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
I hate to run the moment. The
Just
Discord's being
Hero. Dead
Yeah.
silent.
Okay.
Hero.
hero
The-
from
Shut up! Shut
from
up!
Big
Shut up!
Hero 6.
Shut up!
Sorry.
A hero is fur. Did that one go through?
It went like halfway through. It's like heroes.
Fuck's sake!
Or
The
something
age
ever.
of heroes is over.
And this threat is new. Sir, I know that you said, and you have valid experience in this, that we have modernized ourselves against these threats. But this threat has modernized itself as well. We can't sit back. And I understand that you can't, in good faith, send out students to do something. We understand. But we, in good faith, can't sit back and do nothing.
And if heroes die, then this is the Renaissance. You're not going to stop us from trying to do something. You just can't.
We're teenagers. We do dumb stuff like this.
And frankly, what we're doing isn't dumb. We're doing the best we can to do something about what's happening.
It's good and important to try and block out or to keep this stuff from getting into the school. And I don't know how you think you're going to do that, but go for it. But let us try to end the threat at the same time. You don't have to endorse us. You don't have to do whatever. Just don't stop us.
You aren't giving me a choice, are you?
No.
No, I think we made that pretty clear. We ain't.
Under one condition will I allow you to do this.
What is it?
A single student can become exposed from here on out.
I'm guessing that was not a single student because it said a single student must be
Not
exposed.
one
Okay.
student, just one, not a single student, not a single
I
student.
mean, and I was like, well, yeah, Seb, but
We did it. We saved the city.
okay, so it's okay. Not a single other student can be exposed. That was
Yes.
the condition, right? It's like that's the idea, sir.
Then I just have one more question.
Yes.
Pardon my French, but who the fuck was that kid with the bag of exposure at your table this morning?
Huh. Yeah, that's Seb. Anyone want to explain this one?
We kind of
They,
kidnapped the guy from a hospital, and we're gonna
we
enroll
did
him.
not kidnap. They came
He's-
willingly.
Yeah, and I mean, he's not like contagious or anything.
He just kind of needed to survive.
Yeah,
One
or
at
else
a
he like
time.
dies.
I would like the clearest explanation that you can provide.
So they, on our road trip, we
Right.
found them.
Road trip
And
that you lied about, right?
yeah, we found them, and they they do have exposure in their
Mhm.
veins. The only
Uh-huh.
reason that it's still in their veins is because they will literally die without it.
Great.
They were mind controlled. They are not
No.
anymore. Not anymore. It's hard to explain, but they broke through. So
Harmony.
they're safe now. They're really cool, actually, but
How are you so certain of this?
we had a lot of arguments about this. We've gone through a lot getting to
Kilok would help, but I was not in that session, so I actually cannot say what.
There was a whole thing that happened. We trust them a lot. They've done stuff to essentially prove that they're trustworthy. They helped us not die.
Okay, good to know that you've already violated the one rule I gave you.
To be fair, that was
Okay, but you
before we
said
settled on
yeah,
this arrangement.
that was before the rule. The rule is, I thought, from now on.
I
No
mean,
more
I was
students.
under the impression that there would be no more of this in my goddamn school. But no, you just brought a kid with a water balloon full of the gunk into my school.
To put
Yeah,
it
basically.
simply, yeah. But they're trustworthy.
Great. Okay. Fine. Great.
They are the exception in jazz hands.
I mean this in the nicest way.
Yeah,
Get the hell out of my office.
got it.
Got it.
We
Please get to
leave.
class.
Classes
And then wait, he says that, and Kaylock like sort of like frowns a little. He checks his watch and goes, "Oh shit."
That's the end.
He forgot he had a class.
Oh no!
Dude, he's been missing for
Oh,
3
If
days.
the teacher
We
doesn't
were
show up
kind
within
of
15
busy.
minutes.
3 minutes, we can leave.
Amazing.
Do I have any after credits to share?
Do you?
Because I feel like this is kind of the session.
Do we deserve after credits?
can we save the after credits for next time?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
can. They
okay.
can be like
don't
a
really have-
pre-credit.
Yeah, okay, I don't really got any.
I
Cool.
Alright.
after credits bonus. Hi
Well,
everyone. Okay, that's it.
Run,
Hello.
then.
Is that
Alright.
it? Hi everyone. Thank you, Raymond.
Man. Is it more emoji time?
Dang, if we are done with the after credits, I gotta run.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
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 Boy, I sure love when I'm sitting here with my wireless headphones and just sort of at random I just hear, please charge device.